Hello, in this video we will be showing you how to troubleshoot one or two hall call buttons that are not latching. If you have all of your hall calls not working or latching, then you might need to watch another video on if you're getting emergency dispatching. I'll include the link down below. Here I'm just giving an example of how it would be out there in the field. Just pushing a up button. Light comes on, comes back off. Same for the down button. So we're going to get over to our iQ computer. We're going to open up iView. We're going to connect to the dispatcher. In this case, we're going to connect to iQ. Alright, so once we're connected to the dispatcher, if it's a car or if it's iQ, we'll be in the system settings. On here, we're going to go to View, Configuration tabs, System I/O. You'll be connected to the system menu, and then we're going to click on bus. So in order to run an input inventory for the hall call driver to recognize any of the boards that are plugged into it, we're going to want to make sure we're connected to the correct bus here. So for example, this is select bus 1. So if one of our node boards is not working, we want to make sure that we're connected to the correct hall call driver that that node board is connected to. So here we have, for example, let's say one of the node boards is not working. That's going on the riser that's located right here between elevator 1 and 2. So that's going to hall call driver A. Hall call driver A will be bus 1. So for our next example here, I'm going to scroll down on your group prints, and we notice we have another hall call driver B. So if one of the buttons is not working on the riser between elevators 4 and 5, then we know we have an issue with one of the buttons going to the hall call driver B. That's when you'll select bus 2. So if you have more hall call drivers and something's going on with a node board going to hall call driver C or D, then we want to make sure we're connected to the correct bus. From a bus inventory to see if we're able to talk to those HCNT boards, the up and down push buttons. So right now, as you can see, I'm pushing the up and down buttons, and they're just dropping out. We're just going to do another input inventory to see if they actually do recognize it again. And next we're going to click on the system. Just going to want to make sure that we actually have it programmed in here as well. So node address 030, that's a hall call down auxiliary front for floor 3 auxiliary front. So we're going to click on the system configuration tab. Going to click on configurations underneath dispatching. Want to see what it's actually set to right now. It's active. Hall call eligibility is 1. So we're going to click on bank A. We need to make sure that's set to 1. Select a card to configure. Might need to go through all of them. Might want to make sure that the check marks are here. As we can tell, we do not actually have check marks for our auxiliaries. We just have it for front main up and front main down. So we're going to go ahead and add those check marks for that third landing. You're going to want to make sure that you click send as well anytime you change any parameters around in the iQ or in the dispatcher. We go back to the system I/O. Got the 030 for hall call down auxiliary fronts for floor 3. So I'm going to press that down, and now we have a latched output. So now we have a latched hall call for that auxiliary button for the third landing. Right now I accidentally pressed the 10th floor, but that's for the front main. But we also gave it a auxiliary call for the third landing. Just want to make sure it goes there. The output lights will still stay latched until the car actually gets there. So here's the MCE node board that was not activating that or latching that hall call. We want to make sure also that the pins, the jumpers, are set correctly on these node boards. So we want to make sure it's set up correctly for that auxiliary button. So if you notice here, we have it a 0 for down and then a 2 for up. For floor address X1, we have that jumper on 3. For floor address X10, we have that jumper on 0. So this node board is programmed for 0, 3, 0 for front auxiliary down, and also 0, 3, 2 for front auxiliary up button. This will be in your group prints and the SH pages. We have that 0 for auxiliary down, and then 2 for auxiliary up. You guys might have it for front main up or front main down, which would be different. It'll be for 4 and 6. You guys also have other types of jumpers too. So you guys want to make sure the jumpers are set correctly, the programming is set correctly, and make sure it's actually programmed in the system I/O, usually before doing the actual input inventory on the correct hall call driver. If you have a spare HCNT node board, you can go ahead and swap it out. Just make sure that you match the same jumpers as the previous one that was installed.
Another great way to check to see if your hall calls aren't latching is to see if you can go to View, Configuration tabs, Security. You want to see that your configuration is set to off. Master Security has software override. If you see that it's active, quick way to troubleshoot is just to log on. You type log on. The password is manager. Everything is lowercase. MANAGER. So if it's showing active, just want to test the hall calls. Just activate override and make sure that it's bypassed and active configuration set is off.